Welcome all to the first POG Squad live stream. Today we are going to be playing one of our favorite games here at POG Squad, Cyberhook. So, let's get into it. Alright folks, let's play Cyberhook. Now for those of you who don't know, Cyberhook is a grappling game where you run through levels as fast as you can by grappling. Simple as that. So, I've already beat all the levels to this game, but we're going to start from the beginning and see how fast we can go. Rules are simple. Grapple onto the blue boxes, yellow ones can't be grappled onto, and as you go along the game, more boxes are introduced, but for now we've just got these basic ones. Gold time, of course. Let's keep going. As you get farther into the game, you can use abilities such as time bending, which come in extremely useful as you play for quick decision making. However, it does not stop your timer-only gameplay time, so if you get fast enough at the game, you shouldn't need to use it, and thus it will make your times a lot faster. That was a pretty slow time. Yeah, only 2 diamonds. Let's keep going. Just grind through. Another feature is right click to shoot. There is a bit of a storyline to this game. Not much, but the basics are there's this being in this world that does not want you escaping this world, and he's sending these green cubes and drones and other things after you, which currently don't pose much of a threat. They just kind of block your path. Eventually they get a little more difficult, but it's not too much of a storyline, but it's better than nothing. I'd say this game is primarily for just getting good at it, mostly. It's very fun until it gets really hard. Then you gotta actually get good at it for it to be fun, which can be very hard and time consuming to do. So yeah, we're probably just gonna keep streaming until we give up on a level. So now we've got the red blocks here, which kill you immediately and can't be grappled onto, so always trying to avoid those. Now there are a variant to the red blocks, which are the purple ones, which can be grappled onto you, but they still kill you, so we try to avoid those, but sometimes we can't do that. One of the best strats is to always grapple, even if it's just the ground you're walking on. Just to pull you forward is one of the best ways to achieve maximum speed in this game. So right now the levels are easy. We will get to a point where levels will start consisting of more and more red blocks and things you can't grapple onto. That's when we'll stop getting these golds, getting more 2 diamonds and 1 diamonds. But for now we're just gonna go at it. Most levels have some way for you to get around walls and barriers that usually only save you like half a second, but are always a good option. Knowing your abilities too is very helpful. For example, you can wall run if you hold space. It's not really noted in the tutorial that you can do that, but it definitely comes in handy on occasion. So for levels like this, you always want to be grappling the ground for max speed, and so you don't jump too far. Hit a few walls that time. You weren't getting the best timing there, but let's keep going. Let's see how many golds we can get. Now, if you haven't played this game before and want to play it, it's only about $10 to $15 on Steam, or I think it's available on Switch, Xbox, most places, for a very low price most of the time, especially if you get it on sale. So be sure to check that out, as I highly recommend this game. I also think I might be the first person to ever stream this game live. So, first time for everything. Wall climb coming in handy there. Now you can double jump as long as you've grappled onto something since your previous jump. So I can jump, then grapple and jump again. And that comes in really handy for doing different things. Of course, if you fall to the bottom, you die. And that will have been a first for this course. So let's do it again. This game tests your patience a lot, especially in the harder levels where retrying is constant and painful and it never stops. So it takes a lot of commitment to actually beat the game. And then, just when you think you're done, you get the DLC, and that takes even more commitment to beat because it's just harder for some reason. Not to mention it has the boss fight, which took me around 10 times, 15 times to beat. And each time lasted about 15 minutes, so it took me quite a while. Now this game has a lot of things that you need to get used to. First would be how you can't shift to sprint. Shift slows down time, which usually shift is speeding up, but this game it's slowing down. Second thing to get used to is the hook itself, especially if you don't have the auto release setting on. It can be a bit to learn. But if you've ever used like the Fortnite grappling hook, it's pretty similar to that, except it pulls you towards where you hook instead of just letting you swing, so it's about the only difference. So, we're just gonna see how far we go. And after we see how far we go, we're gonna see how far we can go without dying. Spending time comes in handy all the time, especially when you're first running through the game and you just want to beat a level. You're not worried about how long it takes. It's definitely very handy. Now these transparent blocks you can go through, they don't serve much purpose, especially if they're yellow. hopefully this stream serves as a bit of a guide on how to play. Of what to and what not to do. Because, trust me, there are a lot of things you will find that I will do that you will not want to do playing this game. One of them would be turning off the intro to each level. Knowing the levels is essential always. I turned it off immediately because I'm impatient. But knowing the level will always help, especially when you get to the later ones where you can't see the whole course and you get to a certain part and don't know what to expect next. Personally, this is one of the coolest games. It's one of the most unique ideas. It's fast-paced, fun, not super casual, but first levels are casual, but once you get about halfway through the game, it gets pretty tough, and it requires mass grind in order to complete. There's a few gimmicks, a few things you gotta shoot to get through the game. And timing is always difficult to deal with. As you can see, we were 0.869 seconds from getting another diamond. If you've ever watched Formula 1, you'll know that timing in this game is much like that of F1. Where every millisecond matters. Now, one of the things you'll want to do on this level that will save you hopefully a little bit of time is jump there, and you just skipped half the course, and it works 98% of the time. You can also quickly air jump by quickly grappling and releasing and then jumping, which will give you pretty much an infinite jump as long as there's something to grapple onto nearby. This is another instance where knowing the course helps, allows you to get to the shortcuts of a given level. Another thing this game does very well is make you feel good at it. At least for the first levels. You feel pretty professional. Once you start dying a bunch, it might get annoying. But the first few levels, you fly through and it really feels good, especially when you hit every swing right. Another nice thing is that your gun never runs out of ammo, and that can always benefit you. So just randomly firing is often the best strategy because you can't damage yourself by shooting, and you never run out of ammunition, so there's never a reason to not shoot things. And the bullets just bounce around, so you've got a greater chance of hitting something later in the course that you could just hit from the start. Especially when you get to the levels that are indoors, which are by far the most aggravating ones. This game, once you get good at it, gets very, very satisfying. And you will find it to be one of the coolest things you've ever done in gaming, once you get good at it, however. And there's our first death by Utes. Having the auto restart function definitely helps. Not having to wait through loading screens each time makes accomplishing beating the game easier. Also makes you lose your patience faster when you continuously fail. There's a scenario where shooting first helps you later on. And did I mention how great the soundtrack to this game is? I mean, obviously coming from POG Squad, where retro and synthwave are everything, we're gonna like the soundtrack, of course. But even if you don't like retro or synthwave, it's still got a great soundtrack. Not to mention that all of the beats line up with your gameplay, so the faster you go, the more energized the music gets. And when you finish the course, you get a finale of music. It's all timed up, synced up. It's real nice. And we don't see games like this coming from studios like ever anymore. That's why this one came from a small studio, because it's just not something people make in games. Especially first-person single-player games don't seem to be insanely common, and especially if they are, there's usually some form of multiplayer worked in there. This game has absolutely no multiplayer. It'd be cool if it had multiplayer, but honestly, having just the solo gameplay is what really makes this game great. Now, not to mention, it does have a Steam Workshop editor that's a little difficult to use and was kind of last minute when they made it, but it allows you to create your own levels. So there's a bunch of community levels made that are definitely fun to play. So yeah, this game has all the features you need for a single player game. Honestly, if it would have been made by a bigger studio, it would have been probably one of the highest rated games on Steam. It already has a very high rating, but that's only from the few people who played it. Which is why we'd like to see more people play this game, because it deserves to be played, and it's fun. And maybe, if enough people play it, they'll release another DLC, which I would appreciate very much. So, go to Steam, Xbox Store, wherever you get your games. Just get it. It's like $10. I know, it sounds like I'm getting paid to say that, but I'm not. I promise. I've got 22 subscribers. I don't think anyone's going to be paying me anytime soon. On to the next level. Now, a quick question for my viewers. What type of video would you like to see next? We've been a bit busy with our project that you might have heard about, so we haven't been making a lot of content, but if you're liking the live streams, maybe you like the shorts, maybe there's just a specific topic you'd like us to discuss, just comment and let us know. We'd love to make a video on what you like, because we like making videos here at POG Squad, especially when it benefits the viewers. So, just drop a comment, and yeah, we'll check it out. See, now, when you get to these tighter levels, running into walls will be very common. And you just gotta learn to not let it bother you. Simply embrace the fact that you are going to hit walls of death constantly. I apologize, but I don't currently have the live chat up right now, so any comments you're leaving I can't see at the moment. So we apologize for that inconvenience here at POG Squad, but that's just the way it's going to be for now, until I can figure out how to get that up, which we promise will be eventually, hopefully by our next stream. This one was kind of improvised and first time, so we're still working out the fine details. By the way, we would appreciate feedback very much, so if there's something our channel needs, or there's something about the live stream that you think would be great, again, send us a comment. We'd love to hear the feedback. As a fresh YouTube channel that's new to the environment, we'd love to do what we can to improve. Hopefully, one day, become a major channel. Now, another thing I should mention about this game is just how simple it can be, such as there's no bullet drop on your gun. You just shoot it and it hits what you want it to hit. You can shoot it as many times as you want, you know, no ammo, nothing technical about it. Unlimited grapples, you know, simple interface. You just run and you just go as fast as you can. And you just don't worry about the fine details. Which in some games, such as like Call of Duty, especially Warzone, I find myself getting caught up on technicalities, like not being able to jump over a railing because it's a millimeter too high. Then you get eliminated because you're stuck trying to jump over a railing that's just a little too high. Games like that are very aggravating, if you ask me. Now don't get me wrong, Call of Duty Warzone is definitely fun. It can be very annoying at times. I've almost uninstalled it like 8 different times, but in the end, it's a pretty fun game. But games like this that are, there's no technicalities, like you don't have to worry about multiplayer or being online or connecting to a server, all offline, assuming you have it downloaded, of course. And there's no need to, you know, get it working, figure out voice chat, anything like that. It's, honestly, I know this is an old term, but I'd say this is a plug and play game, if you ask me. Except you download it and play it. But, you know. Can get quite tricky at times. Now, if you've been paying attention, I've got my keyboard and mouse pulled up on the left side of the screen there, where you can see everything I'm doing. When it comes time when you play this game, hopefully you play this game, you'll find that knowing all the right key moves and all that is important. So take a look there. Hopefully it will help you out with your gameplay. Assuming you do play this game, maybe you just like watching. I will say it's a pretty basic game. Watching it pretty much explains it all. So one of the very noticeable things about this game is that you're always holding forward. There's never really a time when you're not going forward. As you can see on my keyboard thing there, that W is being held down the entire time, all the time, because that's just how this game goes. This is going to be a slow run, I can feel it. Yeah, just a little slow. Just a little bit off. Just a little bit off. Failure is the ultimate key to success in this game. You may have figured that out by now. Now this is a great game, but I'd like to give a shout out to the finals for being another one of my favorite games. Definitely probably heard of that one. First person shooter. Blew up super huge on Steam for a little bit of time. After that, the world kind of forgot about it, which is sad because it's a great game, but you know, the season ends in about 10 days. There's a lot of conspiracies that we'll probably make a video about here soon. The finals might actually change into a completely different game at the end of the season. I don't know if this is true or not, but there's a chance that there's something deeper hidden behind the current game that the finals is. So yeah, be sure to stay tuned in with POG Squad for when that video comes out. There's not going to be a way out of this one. we're just going to restart. Now, if you're wondering how I found this game, or heard about it, or even knew it existed, I was on SteelSeries one day, configuring my keyboard, and I saw a configuration for this game called Cyberhood. And that's when I found the game, and it basically fits my channel perfectly. So I got it. It's good, and if you use the plug-in on SteelSeries, you get lighting effects on your keyboard that are in sync with your game. So another feature. In case you haven't noticed, here at POG Squad, we really like SteelSeries. Hopefully though, we'll be doing some more videos based on other tech that's not SteelSeries. Now the devs here like to mix it up by simply turning one of the previous courses upside down, which is exactly what this is. Sometimes you have to go backwards to go forwards. Here's where the enemies start to come in. It almost feels like you're playing super hot when you get to these levels, where you slow down time and then shoot the orbs. It's not really a name for these guys. They're just trying to stop you. So maybe in the next live stream we'll do the DLC, and you can see the true storyline, which is basic, but it's a good boss fight in the end. It's solid. I feel like this game, if it would have been bigger, could have gotten like a tournament mode. It's got a marathon mode where you just run through levels as fast as you can, all in a row, no breaks. But if this game would have been bigger, there definitely would have been some sort of tournament for it, which would have been awesome. As you can see, there's a global leaderboard, but we don't even surpass like 15,000 people on here. So let's go to level select, and go deeper into the levels and try out something new. Let's go to some of these harder ones. Now, these can be very difficult. Take a lot of retries, but once you find the secret formula for getting through the level, it's not so difficult. Finding that formula took me a long time, especially for this level, because the more red things are, the harder it's gonna be. By the time you get to the end of this game, you get pretty good at it, and all the previous levels get easier and easier as you play through. Once you get flying, it can be hard to stop flying. And when it's hard to stop, you often miss the mark. And for these tighter levels, you need to be able to hit the mark. Grabbing and releasing at exactly the right time is crucial in this game. Especially, like I said, on these tighter levels. There we go. And we miss. That's okay. Well, if somehow you aren't tired of watching me do the same thing over and over, you'll find this to be a very common scenario if you ever have played Cyberhook or will play Cyberhook. Restarting trial and error is always the biggest thing here. Alright, we're going to give it 3 more goes, and then we'll move on. There we go. Alrighty. So that's what one of the harder levels looks like. Let's see. What is absolutely crushing level? How about this one? Now this one's easy, but it is so fun, especially if you like the shooting aspect of this game. That's a shooter level for sure right there. Another feature of this game is the ability to save replays, and trust me, when you get to some of these harder levels, you're definitely going to want to save your replay when you beat the level, because these are just absolutely crazy at some point. So let's go to one of the last levels of the game. Just so you can see what it's like. play. One of these levels requires a lot of skill, and there's no skipping in this game. If you haven't beat levels before, you're not going to be able to beat ones towards the end. Every level prepares you for the next one. And most will cause you to think, almost like a puzzle game, which I love puzzle games too, by the way, of new ways to use your hook. I didn't know that you could wall run or double jump as long as you grappled onto something for the longest time. And once you figure out how to do that, it definitely helps you get through the later levels especially. Boom, we earned another diamond on it. Alright, well, that is Cyberhook for you. One of the best fast-paced games out there. And it's very, very cheap, considering most games are $60 these days. Definitely a lot of fun. Highly recommended by POG Squad. If our channel had its own game, it would definitely be this one. So, we hope you enjoyed watching. Maybe you'll go get Cyberhook. Maybe you won't, after seeing all the times I failed. But regardless, thank you for joining POG Squad on their first live stream. Hope you enjoyed watching, and we'll see you next time.